Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil 2 for the Sony PlayStation 1. I am now completely healed up, and I have a little bit more gold. What I did was, I went back to the museum, and I had to play through the level entirely. The very first level of the game entirely, just to refill health. Also, you can get the Chalice in the previous stage again if you've already done that. And if you do, and you bring it back to the Chalice desk, you get 50 gold. That's pretty useful. That will definitely help with getting ammunition for the pistol and the crossbow that we got in the last episode. Last episode was not very hot. I had to go through the freak show, and that level was pretty frustrating. Not gonna lie. And now, I believe we've already talked to the professor, haven't we?
Dan, you're back! Fantastic! Loads to tell you. I've analyzed the watch you found.
Okay, we did. And we can now go to the Greenwich Observatory.
Greenwich. Winston's done some reconnaissance. He says he saw something weird going on at the observatory. If Palethorn's behind it, he must be stopped.
And with that, we can now enter the level now that we know what we are up against. So I've been playing through this game a little bit, and I am now under the belief that this is the harder of the two MediEvil games. I mean, much like the first game, you don't have a lot of invincibility frames. The puzzles are a little more, I guess you could say, harder to get through. You're dealing with more enemies. Finding enemies is hard if you don't know what to do. And I've had enemies really tearing my head off. So these sailor zombies, you want to tear through them with the small sword and use the power strike too. Sometimes the zombies will explode when they die, sometimes they won't. And when you go over here, you lose your head. This is a new gameplay mechanic that will be introduced in this level. First off, I want to take care of these two zombies before I read whatever hint, that Winston has for me. Also with these sailor zombies, I guess you could call them that. If you're at the right distance, you can hit them 3 times with the power strike. Like right when the power strike is coming to an end. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Winston.
Lost your head, Dan? Switch between head and body using L1 plus triangle. If you find your head, L1 plus triangle will put it back on.
And with that, we now have yet another shortcut that requires 2 buttons. And as much as I would like to use the X button against these guys, I'd rather not. I am more likely to have an easier time getting rid of the sailor zombies this way. I mean, I'm assuming they're sailor zombies because they're making those R sounds as I approach them. Can't believe I got hit there. Awful. Also, there is a bird here. If you get too close to the bird will try to rip your head off if you have your head. And it will try to circle around you and drop poop on you. Don't let that happen. Take it down from a distance. Make sure you've got the little green light on it so that you've got it targeted. And then fire away. Sorry, I had to concentrate there, because I do not like the enemies in this game. Also, when you are standing perfectly still, you get a picture of Sir Dan's head. If it's on screen, that means you can hold L1, press triangle, and you can see where your head is. In case anything looks familiar from the head's point of view, or if you see your body in the head's point of view, you can easily tell where you are. And what do you know? The head's right there. We need to take care of this bird. No, 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 not you. No. There we go. Yeah, you are better off taking these guys down from a distance. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. And that's what I was talking about there earlier. The 3-hit shot from the power strike, from the small sword. Ow. And by climbing up this ladder, we'll be able to get our head back. But I do want to take care of the zombies that are here too, because there are more zombies. And it's a good thing we're slowly taking out the enemies as we're doing everything, because we are near halfway towards filling the Chalice up. Thankfully, I know where the Chalice is. I can easily get that. And now I just need to kind of just lead this guy towards me. There we go. We are now 50% of the way towards getting the Chalice. I should also mention that if you hold L2 and R2 to do Dan Cam, you won't be able to do it because you don't have a head. So if you don't have a head, you can't do first-person view. Makes sense, but it's easy to forget. Also, this chest has a copper shield. So now that we are done here, we need to go talk to Winston for one, if we can get close enough.
Dan, I've looked around. There's something going on in the observatory, but the entrance is barred. Perhaps you can find another way of getting in. Go and see what's across the river.
And we will do that, but I need my head first. I mean, that'd be a cool thing to have. And when you're looking at your head, the area around your head, or in front of you, will glow cyan. Hold L1, press triangle. Make sure to press triangle real good now. And you'll be able to get your head back. Once you get your head back, it'll be in your inventory. Believe it or not. Also, I forgot to talk about the chicken drumstick. I believe you throw that at enemies and you could turn them into food for health. Hopefully, it won't be coming to that. We'll see. There is also a healing fountain to the right of the nest where our head was, but I don't want to utilize that just yet. Instead, I want to charge up my sword, go further through here, and then I want to take these bad boys down. Oh, hey, I managed to get at the proper distance here. That's neat. Okay, buddy, where are you at? You were here somewhere. Did he go over there? I hope not. Yeah, he did go over there. Yeah, that's right. I need you to come over here because there's an enemy and I do not want to fight two enemies at the same time if I can help it. Get out of here. There is also a bird here. And it will start flying around as soon as I go up this ladder. If your head ever gets attached, it'll be over there. Keep that in mind. I was trying to walk on to into the ladder game. Come on. And now it's time for a new enemy. This thing. I don't know what this thing is exactly, some sort of alien-looking thing. But it is really, really evil. I don't want to fight it. Not up close. This thing will leap around. It is a pain in the butt. And you need to kill this thing with power strikes from the small sword. I don't like this enemy. And you're about to see why. Where is it? Get back here. You couldn't see it, but what I had to do was, well, you couldn't see very well. I had to equip the crossbow after the head came off the zombie and pump it full of crossbow bolts. That's because if you leave it around long enough, it will leap to another dead body and it will reanimate it. And you will have to fight the human form of that thing again. So when the head comes off, you destroy it. And I just use a life bottle. Speaking of life bottles, I will have to use one well, not use one, I already did use one. But I am going to get one pretty darn soon. Hey. Oh, I hate you. I couldn't destroy that thing in time. However, this guy is here. This guy is definitely here. I want to beat this guy up so that way he can't take the form of, or rather, reanimate the body of a sailor zombie. And yet, wait, this time you can see it a little better. Also, the bird may have flown away, but, well, we can get our head again. So that's nice. Does the bird fly away for good? No, it doesn't. Well, it's getting shot up again. Now that I've given this area a playthrough, and I've played it a little bit. Really? This level isn't as frustrating as the Freak Show. Assuming you know what to do, of course. There are some things that I had to relearn, despite having played the game before. Well, not having played the game before, but having watched it before. And you are not having your field day today, buddy. There were some things that I did have to relearn in order to get through this. Thankfully, the skiv is right here, so thankfully I definitely needed those crossbow bolts. I don't know if they're any more powerful than the pistol. I want to think that they are in theory, but maybe not. Anyway, we have our head. We have this area. And we have our crossbow pretty much rearmed. It's time to do things. Before we go into this building, we'll be able to go behind it for another life bottle, which I will need. I definitely need that bottle there. It will come in handy. And we now have a puzzle. By walking into this, we have a place to put our head. You can see this glowing sign lights. Hold L1, press triangle, and you put your head here. Now, at least your head's in a safe place, but you're probably wondering what's going on here. Well, there are 4 switches, and you need to hit them. You probably will figure out the whole head thing before talking to Winston. Winston mentions it anyway when you talk to him.
Them birds pesky, aren't they? See if you can use your head to solve this puzzle. It should work like any other item in your inventory.
And from here, you're probably wondering what to do next. There are these gauges on these things, but what are you supposed to do? Well, if you use DanCam, you can look... Oh, that's right, you have to switch to the head. And then you can do DanCam. That's right. By using DanCam, when you have control of the head, you'll find out what you're supposed to do here. There are 4 settings for these gauges. And each Roman numeral switch has a certain gauge to it. Believe it or not, this sequence that you have to put in is random. It's different every time you play the stage. So 1, 2, 2, 1. Need to switch back. This should be at 2. Just keep smacking the switches until they're at the settings you want. And when you get it right, you'll open this bridge up. And you can get your head back. So let's do that. Solid. Okay. We need to do some things. And that's gonna be among them. Well, at least I got one of them out of the way. Sheesh. We're gonna have to fight 2 of these guys as soon as we head towards the bridge. It's like the game knew we were just gonna come towards the bridge, and, well, it threw in some fights. And if you would stop hitting me, that would be great. And thankfully, I was ready for that. But I do want to do some exploring down in the underground. There's the whole dry area where the docks used to be before I do anything else. There should be a ladder somewhere that I can walk towards. And it's right here. Well, at least the game lets me use the ladder here, as opposed to where the nest was, which was really annoying. By walking around, we'll be able to find some zombies to fight for the Chalice, which I will be getting. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. Oh, no. No, you go over here. It's amazing I didn't get hit there. I'm surprised he did not jump onto the zombie that was there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this guy from afar with the crossbow. I can't even remember what weapon I'm using now. And I believe that if you go... Really? I believe that if you go behind a ship, you'll also find some gold. Need to have your attention. There we go. I know there are other enemies here waiting. I want to make sure that I take them all out before I do anything. And there's some gold here, too. Don't forget about that. Chalice is up there. Thankfully, because we have the bridge up, we can go over there and get the Chalice. All we have to do is just take the bridge jump from ship to ship, and we should be able to do this. Okay. Thankfully, there are no enemies as you're doing this. And you want to go over to the left first and hit the switch. Kind of easy to overlook. And from here, we're going to jump over to this ship and walk over to the end. This is where we're going to find the Chalice. And now that we hit this switch, these crates will be up. Of course, it's easy to accidentally walk over the edge and not jump like you should, which is something I just don't like. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of the camera angles in this game. Also, you don't necessarily have to jump to the next ship there like I did. You can just walk off the edge and Sir Dan will be able to get it. And to make it over here, you do have to use the daring dash when you jump. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Now, okay, there's nothing back there. I just now remembered. Want to be careful here. I want to think. I want to use the magic that is here. And just destroy these guys. There are two of them, and fighting two of them is worse than fighting one. He's actually trapped. That's alright. Of course. Is he still going to be able to bother me? He's still going to be able to bother me. Okay, had to concentrate there for a second, but those guys are gone. That was a pain. That was absolutely painful. How am I doing on health? I have exactly 2 of those to use. Let's get the gold. And then we can talk to Winston.
Once through this door, there's no going back, Dane, so you probably want to make sure that you got the Chalice.
And thankfully, we do! I should probably highlight it. Chalice of Souls, we have it. Okay then. Now, before I go in there, there's a thing that I want to do. I can't believe I lost that much health, which is actually good. That means I actually learned from my own practice run, which is very, very good. Let us climb up here and make sure that we go back to the earlier area. The first area that we were in. We need to go all the way back to the other end. If I remember correctly, I did not use... I didn't even go over here at all. I don't even need to use that. Why am I even using the bow and arrow? I should just be doing it this way. Let's get the gold. And use the healing fountain that is over here. Oh, wow, you do have exactly enough for 2 life bottles. And it does get a little weaker when you're nearly out of energy on it. Of course, the developers have learned from the first game and made it easier to refill your health. They made it a lot faster. in this game compared to the first one. So as a result, you don't have to stand there for nearly as long as you did in the first game in order to get your health back, which I do like. And thankfully, we do need to have... Hey. It's a good thing I noticed that the game did not let me do the daring dash before I jumped. That would have been embarrassing. Anyway, it's a good thing that the health fountains refill your health faster than they did in the first game, because you don't have to stand there nearly as long as you did in the first one, which makes refilling your health a snap. And it's a good thing that we're at full health, because this is much like the museum. We're going to the Greenwich Naval Academy, and I can't believe I call it Greenwich. It's Greenwich. You go to the Greenwich Naval Academy. It's a level that leads directly to another level. Much like the museum with Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Alright, Dan, you've come a long way. I'd save if I was you.
And that is exactly what we are going to do. I did a lot better here than I thought I would. Not gonna lie. I don't know if it's me forgetting how to do things, or maybe it's been a while since I played MediEvil 1, or something of that nature. But this game definitely feels harder than the first one. They definitely do things a lot more differently too, in some aspects. And it's become the harder game as a result. So here we are at the Greenwich Naval Academy. We will have to destroy even more zombies and see what is going on here, because we see yet another flying machine, much like the one that we saw when we first met the antagonists back in the museum. We will have to get to the bottom of this, but that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time when we explore the Greenwich Naval Academy. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!